But this is what the campsite looks like before all the crowds arrive. The campsite is now fully packed with campers. We're on a wet and misty early morning game drive in the park. And the vibrant colors of the bush just comes alive. We're here at the end of autumn and the trees are busy changing. It's absolutely spectacular. And this misty weather just makes it look like it comes out of a storybook. We've been lucky this morning. I saw the ground hornbills. I'm always happy to see them. Something you mostly see in the mornings. Then we also saw a black-backed jackal. Also something we've only ever seen early mornings or late afternoons. So that was also a great sighting. It was very fleeting, but always great to see that. Then we saw some giraffe, zebra, and elephant right next to me. So it really has been a fruitful drive. And in this misty weather, the bird life isn't too bad either. We just saw this tree that had 7 vultures sitting in it. Amazing. They are waiting for the sun to come out, and I think they're going to wait a long time today. But if it's anything like yesterday, by 1 o'clock, the sun will start burning away this mist. After that lovely early morning drive, it's time for some coffee. Nice pressed filter coffee. There's absolutely nothing like that second cup of coffee in the morning. What a stunning drive we had this morning. But we're back at camp, and as you can see, it is still misty and rainy. In actual fact, the tent is all wet. Beautiful, beautiful morning out in the park. Just look at this. Still misty and rainy all over the camp. The tent is all wet inside. But hey, once we've got that coffee, we've got this nature, nothing can get you down, man. Cheers. After that morning drive, we got back to camp, just cleaned up around camp, did all the dishes, also went and had a shower, so I'm nice and fresh. Now I've walked up to the top of the campsite here to come and show you the actual campsite. So let's take a walk through the campsite. So firstly, this is the back end of the campsite here, and there's a couple of very nice secluded sites down here. So next time if I come, if these are open, I'll probably stand at one of these. So then when you walk through, all of the sites have got dustbins. Some of them are electrified, some of them aren't electrified, and there is loose standing briars everywhere that people just move around. You can see there's quite a few sites along the fence there, and then you've got all these ones that are in the inner circle here. But there is 2 wash-up areas with basins and a hot boiler for you, and then there's one ablution block close to where we are, and then there's another ablution block further up the hill. This is quite nice view of the bush that you've got over here. Something going on here, we're not sure. You see more campsites all over this side. And then that is the campsite We over there somewhere. There is also a hide in the camp, so we'll take you down to the hide just now, but for now this is one of the wash up areas. As I showed you the other day, got basins and hot boilers, all those kind of things. And up here, more sites, and this is your second set of bathrooms. Let's see if there's anybody in there, then we can quickly take you through the bathrooms. How's the owl boxes up there? Quickly take you through the bathrooms. Sounds like there's somebody in there. These are the upper bathrooms, and then we've got the bathrooms down there by us. The bathrooms down by us are actually much nicer at the moment because it seems like they've been renovated recently. So it is quite a big site that they've got here at Punda Maria, and I think they can get quite a lot of people in here. So we'll see how many people actually pull in here tomorrow, because tomorrow's start of the Easter weekend. So let's see how busy this camp can. Let's see how busy this camp can actually get. But this is what the campsite looks like before all the crowds arrive. So let's see by tomorrow or Saturday what this campsite looks like, how many people they can squeeze in here. Let's take you down to where the hide is that overlooks the watering hole. The watering hole is being fixed up and renovated at the moment, so there's no water in there. There is still a few animals that come around. We saw the elephants there, there's been some water back there. There was a buffalo there the one morning. So even though there's not much water there, there is still a few animals that come around. We spoke to the guys here and they said by May 2025 they're going to start with the renovations, because they couldn't start yet because of all the rains that they've had. So hopefully if we do come next time, then the actual watering hole will be fixed. Because where we are now, we're actually right on the watering hole, so it would have been a beautiful spot if the watering hole was there. It's not that it's not a beautiful spot now, but I think it would have even been better if we did have some water in the watering hole. And then we've got the actual hide. Supposed to be no noise. And as you can see, there's no water in the watering hole. So I think when the watering hole is actually full of water, it must be nice spending the afternoon here at the watering hole. Okay, so that is about all that we can show you in our camp walkthrough. I'm going to walk up to the gate still to show you a bit of that. Walking up to the gate, you can see the people starting to pull in behind me. So I think today it's going to get full already. So I'm glad we've got that site that we've got, because it's actually quite nice having that site with the view of the watering hole. And you've got this little section also that you can camp in, that's on the way to the gate. It's actually right out the gate in the mornings if you want to get out here. Here we go. We're almost at the gate here. And the one thing about this gate, there's no cattle grid. So anything can come walking in from there at any time. So just be a bit careful. Welcome to Punda Maria, the campsite layout. So as we come in through the gate, there's a petrol station right here. So if you're driving around the park, you don't have to worry too much that you're going to run out of fuel. You can get fuel here at Punda Maria. After the petrol garage, there is this huge uphill. It really takes you back in time when you come walking up the hill here and you see These thatched bungalows that just remind you of times gone by. So stunning are they? Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Hey.
So if you stay in one of these bungalows, you've got the same setup in terms of a little cooking and cleaning up section that you've got. And then you've got your bungalows over there. How stunning are they? I don't know when these bungalows were actually built here, but somehow I can just imagine my grandparents coming here in the 70s and the 80s and staying in one of these bungalows and enjoying the Kruger Park like what we are doing now in 2025. It's amazing how this place has sort of stood still in time. Charming is the word I'm looking for, I suppose. Okay, absolutely nice. Then we've got over here is where your shop and your restaurant and your reception and everything is. They have got a laundry here. Okay, I think we've shown you everything there is to see about the campsite at the moment. So what is my final thoughts about the campsite? Well, it has got that old-timey feel to it. And everything is in good working conditions. Like I said, our bathrooms have been newly renovated, and then the bathrooms up here is still in decent conditions, but I think they will renovate them. The pool is very nice, it's clean and clear, the water is beautiful there, and then the actual campsite is well maintained and is big enough to host quite a bit of people. And I think the nice time to come is like when we were here, when there weren't that many people. We'll see this weekend how it gets with all the people in here. One other thing with the bathrooms that we've got is it's got 2 showers but only 1 toilet. So in the morning the toilet can get a bit busy. And at the women's side again, they've only got 1 shower but 2 toilets. So then the shower situation that side gets a bit busy. And the monkeys is a bit of a pest, yeah. But other than that, it's an absolute beautiful campsite, and we've had very little problems here other than the monkeys. So if you're thinking of booking at Punda Maria, this is what you're looking to camp at. So we've got brunch on the go. It's about 1 o'clock. Got some bacon, some sausages and some eggs, and probably have some croissants or something like that. That's the best time of the afternoon or morning here in the Kruger, when you're able to cook in the wild like this and just smell the bacon. Absolutely delicious. Well, there we go, folks. Our breakfast. We actually got some fat cookies that we've got our scrambled eggs onto, and then sausage. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's enjoy this and we'll see you once we're done. The brunch was very nice, but now it's time for the not so nice part, doing the dishes. It's the boys' turn to do the dishes. And I was right, the people are streaming in. The campsite is getting full quite quickly. People are finding place anywhere. Right behind us there's a couple of guys who's just setting up. While the campsite falls up, we're going to go for a late afternoon drive quickly to see if we can see something interesting out there. Let's go! Well, folks, it's about at this point that we realized we've messed up. We're still quite a way away from camp, and because it's so overcast and misty, it's getting dark very, very quickly. And driving in the dark in the park is really something you don't want to do. But we managed to get back safely. Folks, after another beautiful day in the park, we really took it rustig today. We took that beautiful drive this morning. Then we came and had a nap, cleaned up a bit and all that. Went out for an afternoon game drive. Saw that herd of giraffe. I've never seen that many giraffe in one spot, so that was absolutely stunning. But now it's time for making supper, and tonight we're having something special. We've got some Hungarian friends that in the park here, and they are making us an Hungarian dish tonight, a nice pork Hungarian dish. So let's see how that's going.
What is this called?
Purple.
Hoe's goeders?
Purple.
I don't know if that's going to work, quite honestly.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so either,
Bigger.
but I didn't have a spoon. Morning, ladies. We've just come to check if the coffee is ready yet.
There's a couple of boys. Little boys.
Boys.
Looking for a good time.
Boys.
Yeah, they're all boys.
Well, good morning. We had such a disappointing game drive this morning. There was no point in even doing any filming or recording because we saw absolutely nothing. Got up early at about 6 o'clock as the gates opened. We were out, drove around until about 9:30 and saw absolutely squat. But anyway, back at the tent, we've cleaned up a bit, so let's give you a quick walkthrough of our tent and our site. Maybe we'll take a walk through the campsite today, show you some of the other people's rigs and show you how the campsite fills up because it's Easter weekend and a lot of people are streaming in today. But let's start off with a quick walkthrough of our tent situation. As normal, you all know our usual tent. We've got it set up quite nicely. We've got our outdoor kitchen set up this side. Then we've got our cupboard that used to be our kitchen cupboard, but yesterday we had a monkey that came and ripped a hole into it. So the monkeys got into our tent and ripped a hole into the kitchen cupboard. So it's not our kitchen cupboard anymore. Then we have got our bedroom all set up, our charging station, our fridge, and then we've got all our food and things in those black boxes and that clear box there over now. And that's our new addition to the tent. We've set up a little toilet setup right next to the tent. So do you need R1,000,000 rig to come camping here in the Kruger? No, all you need is a blow-up mattress. The last couple of days that we've been here, our mattress every night it just deflates, and so we finally decided to break down and go and buy a new mattress from the shop. So I'm just walking around here looking at some of these rigs that some of these guys have got, and there is some big money being spent on some campers, and here we come with our little checkers gazebo and checkers tent and come and camp here for 10 days. We've got no right to be so forward with our camping experiences, but you know what, you don't need R1,000,000 rig to actually come and experience the Kruger. Bring your tent and of course a decent blow-up mattress and you'll be set. You can try and put this up and blow it up and see if it all works, and then I'm going to take you for a walk to see some of the expensive rigs that they've got here. Been quite the story, but now hopefully with this new mattress things are going to be better. If you want to support the channel, scan the QR code or follow the link in our description and just buy us a coffee. Now let's get on with the video. Well, folks, it's still misty and cloudy and overcast. We spent the day just around the tent, but let me take you for a walk and show you some of the rigs that they've got here, all the people with their different types of camping setups. So if you look at the one behind me there, the ELXV, very, very expensive unit there, off-grid and off-road and the whole lot. These people have set up like a whole tent setup with 2 caravans next to each other and a little canopy over them for their family setup. And then this side you can see all the camper vans and campers. There's a lot of the camping trailers in the camp here, so that seems to be a popular one, and there's quite a few of the vans that come with a rooftop tent and that kind of thing. Definitely a lot fuller than what it was the last time. Also people with just a small little tent, eh? Very similar tent to ours, but the sides open completely. And then there's a nice one, a small tent with gazebo.
Remember that small tent we first went camping in?
The borrowed one.
Yeah.
There's another camp trailer with the rooftop tent.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of families coming and people camping together. There's another big setup with a good couple of tents on that side. More off-road camp trailers and big family setup with the gazebo as the central point. More big fancy campers, expensive. Bush lapa. See how it pushes out on the side and you sleep that way. Another big fancy bush lapa. Also more guys just sitting with their tents. So as I said, the popular ones are these bush lapas and the rooftop trailer tents. We've got over there is a camper van. So at least there's 1 or 2 campers in here as well. But yes, some of the people can spend a lot of money on their rigs. Hey, there's the monkeys. No, they are around. It's just because there's less people here that they know. As you can see by some of the rigs and the setups here, you can come with $1 million or $1.5 million rand setup, or you can come with a tent and a gazebo like what we do and have as much fun as some of these guys with their $1 million rand setups, and it's going to cost you, we all in for about 8,000 rand with our tent and all the goods that we bring with probably. But we've had that for close on to 10 years now, and some of the stuff we've had for about 20 years. And we all still log that stuff along. We don't need to buy all the new fancy, greatest and latest things. Does the trick just as much. We've got the perfect bush view there, straight into the Kruger. The same as all of these oaks that come with their fancy, expensive rigs. We got here in the same time and as much comfort. And I think our tent setup is good enough for us to be as comfortable as some of the rest of the people in their fancy rigs, except for we don't have aircon. And then of course, that's not even to talk about the type of vehicles that people are coming here with. Some of them with old polo players and others with fancy 1.5, 1.8 million rand Land Rovers and Toyotas and that kind of thing. So it really is for all sorts. I'm sure plenty of these folks with their expensive camping rigs and stuff are pretty pissed off that we're just there with our tent enjoying that beautiful view and they have to camp somewhere in the middle here. But yes, so that's sort of like our camp walkthrough of some of the expensive rigs, and that's not even all of them. There's going to be a lot more pulling in now because it is Easter Friday, so there's a lot more people that's going to be pulling in. See how the people are still pulling in, trying to find spots. It's very interesting to walk around the campsite and just see the different types of setups and the different types of way people actually set up their camp. As I showed you earlier on, this lot here have got their campers, or have got their caravans pulled right next to each other and or opposite to each other, and they've got a big communal space in between a lot of them. Very interesting. Some people come with very minimal stuff. You just see a tent and then 2 chairs and that's about it. Other people come with everything including the kitchen sink, as what some of our camping friends do. So interesting to come and see all the different ways to come and explore the Kruger Park. Goedemiddag. It's Easter Friday evening and you can see the campsite is now fully packed with campers. There's going to be a bit of a vibe in the camp tonight with everybody. So nice to see everybody out here camping and enjoying Punda Maria. Now this is the one we need for camping. This is what we need for camping. Living in our box. No, with something like that, I think you'll be prepared for most eventualities. It's like a bug out vehicle, you know. If the end of the world comes, that's what I want. Not just my little tent, I must say. Well, early good morning to you folks. We've come down to Pafuri Picnic Spot after yesterday's disappointing game drive. We thought things are going to get better today, but on the way to Pafuri Picnic Spot we didn't really see much, but we're actually going to make ourselves some breakfast here. So we got a nice little spot and we are going to make ourselves breakfast, spend some time here and then take a slow drive back for the rest of the day. So hopefully it's going to be productive. So come and join us for this part of this adventure. The Pafuri picnic spot's got a very nice view here next to the river, under the trees. Stunning little spot to come and have your breakfast on. Can hear funny noise in the tree and I'm trying to see where is the woodpecker. I've got him, I'm going to take a video for you.
I'll flop over.
So if you watch this channel for long enough, you'll know my favorite breakfast is bacon and egg on a croissant. So that's what we're having in this beautiful setting, being able to just chow this and enjoy it with that view. You know, I like cooking out in the wild and enjoying fresh air. Beautiful. Just what the doctor ordered for a hungry game viewer. This croissant and the egg and the bacon working so well together with the sounds of nature. Because it's an unfenced picnic spot, you always have a chance of something walking through. This time around it's a kudu, some days it's an elephant. You never know what you're in for when you come to these fenceless picnic spots. But that's quite a nice sighting to see that fella here while we're having our breakfast. Stunning. So it looks like the Pafuri picnic spot gets quite busy. I can understand why, because it's a beautiful spot to come and sit and have breakfast or lunch. It's also the perfect spot for bird watching. There is so many different species of birds. If you just sit here quietly for a few minutes, you'll see quite a bit. And of course, unfenced, you've got animals walking through. Really is a lovely spot to come and spend an afternoon. We are busy packing up and then we're going to hit the road back, and hopefully we will see some interesting sightings on the way back. Coming up here to Crooks corner or Pafuri, keep a lookout for all the fever trees. There used to be a big fever tree forest. It's not as big anymore, but there are still beautiful trees. Stunning area with some stunning views and some amazing trees and fish eagles. after a wonderful day in the park, going down to Pafuri Picnic Spot, and then just driving around there, going back to Crooks Corner, going back to the bridge in Pafuri, and then came all the way back. What a lovely drive that was. We are back in camp, and it is so nice walking around camp with everybody having their campfires going. Sounds lovely. You hear the crackling of campfires, the giggling and laughter of kids. So beautiful having this Easter weekend here in the park. Absolutely stunning. We are going to also have some braai again tonight, so our fires, we're going to start that soon. But beautiful, stunning sunset in the park here today. Well folks, that's about all we've got for you in this video. In our next video, we'll show you what it's like spending a full day driving in the park. Anyway, come and join us for that adventure. But like always, get out there, go and explore the sunshine for yourself. See you in the next one. Cheers.